Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for our continuous discussion on this Sastra study marathon. Today is 8th May 2025, and today is Ekadasi, Mohini Ekadasi. On this auspicious day, we gathered to discuss Bhagavad Gita because it's mentioned in one of the Gita Mahatmya, the day of advent of Lord Krishna. That means like for instance, like Krishna Janmastami, Ram Navami, and also on that holy fasting day of Ekadasi, anyone who reads Bhagavad Gita and worship Bhagavad Gita, especially on this wonderful day, that person will be very successful in every attempt in life. All right. So that's what I was thinking, that I read the, what they call the instruction wrongly, that it's supposed to be just it's supposed to take a urine sample, not a medical checkup. So I went there. I just managed to finish up the things very quickly. And so thank you everyone for coming in and joining in, even it's a last minute notice. And of course, we had a very nice discussion with Gandhi Mataji. She asked about why people call Hare Krishna as a cult and why some suggest that Hare Krishna, ISKCON Bhagavad Gita, as it is biased. All right. So we had a very nice discussion while waiting for everyone to come in. So anyway, before we start our session, let's do our invocation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttaparakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachide Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitai Kripaptai Krishna Sambandha Vijnanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruda Pastanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhojayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestum Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarupama Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Paritanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Vishnu Vijay Pada Swami Namo Gaura Kada Damadaya Nagara Grama. Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion. Oh. Just give me a second. Where is the files? So where were we yesterday? Where we stopped yesterday? Did anyone mark the book?
At the start of the spirit of Bhagavad Gita mentioned in Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. All right. Okay, it's here. Okay. Okay. Now, just a quick recap. Of course, in America, there's many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I've seen, not only in America, but also in India, none of them can be strictly said is authoritative, because almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinion without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Mataji, that's what we discussed just now. All right, so now let's move on to the next paragraph. The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. So we must understand. All right, what we should understand is, okay, that means the spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. Okay, where we should look, where we should understand what is that, the goal of Bhagavad Gita. You should not look elsewhere. It is in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. Okay, example. I think we have read this, right? Okay, anyway, no problem. We do it again. So example, like, it is just like this. If you want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the direction written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whims and direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the direction and the label given by the physician. Okay. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is, directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Krishna. We must remember that. He is mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Bhagavan. Of course, the word Bhagavan sometimes refers to any powerful person or any powerful demigods. Sometimes there's a Bhagavan, we used to call, some great personalities called Bhagavan. But certainly here the Bhagavan designates to Lord Sri Krishna as a great personality. But at the same time, we should know that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as is confirmed by all great acharyas. Right? So anytime that you want to make a point, okay, you must have reference. All right, you must have reference. It is not simply what they call simply giving your own opinion. So what Lord Krishna, great personality, but what we should know that how to found out, okay, because it is also confirmed by all great acharyas. Great acharya, spiritual teacher like Sankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities in Vedic knowledge in India. The Lord himself also established himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Bhagavad Gita, and he is accepted as such in Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as Bhagavata Purana. So in Bhagavata Purana, what it says, Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original Supreme Personality. Swayam means, Bhagavan means, okay, all great personality and everything. But Bhagavan also refers as Krishna in this place. But here the word Swayam means is the complete absolute personality of Godhead. Swayam. That means it's complete. All right. So it says that in Bhagavad Purana, that means in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is, directed by the personality of Godhead. So this is what very important. All right, like Mataji, Gandhi Mataji was discussing some before. So, so she said about some people don't accept Bhagavad Gita. Example like example I gave, like my cousin brother, who said it's very biased in Bhagavad Gita, because in Bhagavad Gita they only speak about Krishna. So one example I gave is, recently I'm enrolling my daughter into a university. So I went to the Quest International. So I go to their university, and of course, what they'll talk about their university. I cannot go there and tell you are very biased. Why you're not talking about tailors? Why you're not talking about SEGI? Why you're not talking about other universities? And the people think I'm lunatic, I'm mad. You come here, but you want to know about them. Crazy, yes or not? So that's the thing. So Bhagavad Gita is there spoken by Krishna and has to be understood as per directed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. In the 4th chapter, chapter 4, text 1 to 3, right? I think we have chanted this mantra yesterday. Emam vivashvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravid evam parampara praptam ma imang raja rishyo vidyo viduhu sakale neha mahata yoga nasta parantapa sa evayan maya tedya yoga prokta puratana Bhaktosmi Bhaksak Cheti Rahasyam Hete Uttamam. Here the Lord informed Arjuna that this system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to Sun God. Okay, first he was spoken to Vivasvan, Sun God. And Sun God explained to Manu. Manu is the father of mankind. Okay, that's why we are known as man, or we are also known as Manusia. In Malay, we call Manusia. In English, we call man. All right, so I explained Manu. And then Manu explained it to Ikshvaku. And in that way, the disciplic succession one speak after another. This thing, but this yoga system is coming down. Okay. But in the course of time, as it goes on, the course of time, it has become lost. So it becomes lost. So consequently, Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He tells Arjuna that he tells Arjuna that he is relating the supreme secret to him because Arjuna is his devotee and his friend, right? Because he's telling, because you are my devotee and also my friend. The purpose of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for devotee of the Lord, all right? So that means it's a kind of thesis, all right, which is especially meant for the devotee of the Lord. There are 3 classes of transcendentalists. There are 3 classes of transcendentalists, the Jnani, Yogi, and Bhakta. All right, Bhakta, or the impersonalists, the mediator and the devotee. So that means Jnani means impersonalists. The Yogi means meditators, all right, and the Bhakta means devotee. Oh, there's 3 kinds of people. Here the Lord clearly tells Arjuna, that he is making him the first receiver of this new parampara or disciplic succession, because the old parampara was broken. It was the Lord's wish actually, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the Sun God to others. Okay, so Krishna wanted to re-establish it again. So that is the thing. So it was his wish that his teaching is to be distributed anew. That his wish is to distribute it anew by Arjuna. So that means he's creating again so that the new things is distributed. He wanted Arjuna to become the authority in understanding the Bhagavad Gita. So we see that Bhagavad Gita is instructed to Arjuna. Okay, so that means the Bhagavad Gita, what we understand, the Bhagavad Gita is a book of instruction. It is not the book of suggestion. It's a 2 different element here. So it is an instruction of Krishna. Okay, he's giving instruction. Why? Because Arjuna have surrendered. All right. Why instructed Arjuna? Especially because Arjuna was a devotee of the Lord. And the most important is a direct student of Krishna. Because when you see in chapter 1, Arjuna says, I can't think any longer. Chapter 2, I can't think any longer. I don't know what is doing. My mind is reeling. My skin is burning. My throat is drying. My Gandiva bow is sleeping. What should I do, Krishna? I don't know what to do. Therefore, I surrender unto you. Oh, no, I surrender unto you. You are my spiritual master. Kindly instruct me. So the word, of course, we will study that. That's all very detailed studies. We're going to go through that as soon as we go on into Bhagavad Gita. So when he said, but you surrender unto me, you give me that, instruct me. How do we understand that? So Arjuna wanted to be instructed. Who give instruction? Say if you are a teacher, you teach. All right. If you are a mentor, you suggest. But if you are a spiritual master, you instruct. The relationship between the disciple and the spiritual master is instruction and the receiving, the executing the instruction. That's it. We don't have a casual chat with our spiritual master. So Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. So when he surrendered to Krishna, that's when Krishna revealed the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is best understood by a person who has qualities similar to Arjuna. All right. So that means, what does that mean? That means he must be the devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. All right. So he must be the devotee in a direct relationship with the Lord. As soon as one becomes devotee of the Lord, he also has a direct relationship with the Lord. That is very elaborate subject matter, but briefly it can be stated that a devotee in relationship with the Supreme Person of Godhead has 5 different ways. So people come to Krishna with 5 different intentions. All right. How you can have establish a direct relationship? Number one may be a devotee in passive state. That means, okay, I'm a Hare Krishna devotee, I chant, I read Bhagavad Gita, but I don't directly actively involve. So these are the devotees in a passive state. And another one may be a devotee in an active state. So that means they understood the truth and they are very excited about it, and they go and what they call, they actively involve in bhakti. All right, this is called active state. Then one may be a devotee as a friend, Sakha. Right? That means they come to Krishna, they can be a devotee of friend as Krishna, a friend. And one may be a devotee as a parent, like how Mother Yashoda. Okay. And one may be a devotee in the conjugal level, like Radharani. All right. So these are the 5 ways people surrender to Krishna. So Arjuna was in relationship with Krishna as a friend. All right. Arjuna was in relationship as a friend, Sakha. Of course, there is a gulf of difference between this friendship and the friendship that found in this material world. It's a big difference. This is transcendental friendship, which cannot be had by anyone. Of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. So now Prabhupada says, of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. How to understand that? Example, you all have a thumbprint. You have a thumbprint. The way you look, your thumbprint, your voice, your DNA. Do you know it's very unique? No one has it. No one has it in the past, and no one will have it in the future. It is yours in this very existence itself. All right. Example, the thumbprint that you have, no one has it before. You can go back to 100 years or 1,000 years to check. Do anyone have this kind of things? None. And no one will also have it in the future. Even your cornea in your eyes. Even when you look at the identical twins, the twins look so much alike. All right. But still there'll be a difference, because my father-in-law is identical twins. Both of them look exactly the same. When my children were young, they run towards my father-in-law's younger brother, his twin brother, go to him. Then later, when you start to speak and everything, there'll be different. There'll be a difference in the everything, smile, expression, everything same. But there's a difference in the voice. So what we understand from this is, we are all unique creation. We are all uniquely created. The look that you have, no one will look like you forever. No one looked like you in the past. You may say, hey, there's some people looks similar. Yeah, similar is almost similar, but it cannot be complete. All right. So how you look, how you act, your thinking, your voice, your cornea, your thumbprint, it's uniquely given to you. Why? Because you are part and parcel of the Lord. You are part of this called internal, marginal potency. All right, all that we study as we go on. But that means, then you have a particular relationship with the Lord. Example, when the prince from the kingdom leaves the kingdom, they go anywhere, right? They say, okay, I can't get along with you, my dad, I want to go away. So say like from KL, he goes to Ipoh. So when he comes to Ipoh, he doesn't go and stay in a hutch. He don't go and stay in a what they call, in a kampung house or any kind of house. There'll be still a palace for him. Even he can't get along with his father, the king. So similarly, since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are very dear to Krishna. So even though, the body that we have received, it is uniquely given to us. Right? Everything is unique. Okay, no one will has it. So like that. So that's how we understand that everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. So sometimes in our relationship, the biggest mistake that we may do is when we generalize. Why that fellow cannot do? Why cannot do? Why? He can do, you cannot do it. Cannot. You should not generalize. Okay, there's a trouble starts even in the family and even the temple. Even the temple, say, what that devotee can do, you cannot do. Finish. No, there's no comparison studies because everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord. Everyone is unique. All right. And that relationship is evoked by the perfectional of devotional service. Okay, like what I've explained to Gandhi Mataji just now. All right, we are doing autopsy. Now we take the soul. And what is that relationship? How to evoke that relationship? How to realize that relationship is by perfection of devotional service. But in the present status of our life, not only we have forgotten the Supreme Lord, but we have also forgotten our eternal relationship with the Lord. Right? Every living being, Prabhupada says, every living being out of many, many billions, trillions of living beings has a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. Right? So just imagine, even the cow, dog, pigs, or whatever it is, there's a soul inside there. And that particular living entity, he has a what they call eternal relationship with the Lord. All right. That's why sometimes eating meat and all these things is a very sinful thing. You're killing them. Right. So they have a particular relationship with the Lord eternally. And what you call that the particular relationship is called as Svarupa or the eternal form. So how to find out? So by the process of devotional service. When you go on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra very rigidly, and I think so, one can revive that Swarupa. That's when you will realize your original position, your original relationship with the Lord. And in that stage, it's called Swarupa Siddhi. Siddhi means perfection. Right? Siddhi. Dhyana Siddhi அடைஞ்சிட்டாரு. The Muni achieved Siddhi. Siddhi means you have attained perfection. So Swarupa Siddhi means, that means you have attained a perfection of his eternal form or perfections of one constitutional position. Okay, constitutional position. Now let me explain the constitutional position. What does it mean by constitutional position? First, let's identify constitution. In constitution, in Malay, we call perlembagaan. In perlembagaan. So the constitution is something that once you create, you can never adjust it. Once you're done, that's it, you're done. It is not like, for instance, in Malaysia, having Tamil school, Chinese school, vernacular school, and having a freedom of religion, all this in constitution. No one can go and change it anymore. They cannot say, we don't need Tamil school, we don't need Chinese school, we don't need this, we don't need any other religion. All the other religious people are not allowed to practice their religion. We can't do that because it is in constitution. So that means constitution, in other words, is called our original position. The way Prabhupada's English is unbelievable, the words that he used. All right. So that means this is our original position. Okay. So that's constitution. So Arjuna was a devotee and he was in touch with the Supreme Lord in friendship. How Arjuna accepted Bhagavad Gita? How did he accept? She also should be noted. His manner of acceptance given in the chapter 10, text 12 to text 14. He says, Arjuna says, Arjuna Vacha. Vacha means Arjuna said, spoke. Parang Brahma, Parang Dama, Pavitram Paramang Bhavan, Purushang Shashvatang Divyam, Adi Devam Ajang Vibhum, Atustvam Rishaya Sarve, Deva Rishir Naradastata, Asito Devalo Vyasah, Swayang Chaiva Bravishime, Sarvam Etat Ridam Manye, Yanmang Vadasi Keshava, Nahi te Bhagavan Vyaktim, Vidur Deva Nadanava. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa confirm this truth about you. So now Arjuna is telling that not only me, not only I'm feeling the same thing. I just remembered, even Narada spoke about it. Asita, Devala, Vyasa. all confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me, O Krishna. I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. After hearing Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Parang Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman. So we understand. So Krishna is known as Param Brahma and we are known as Brahman. So that means we are the minute. Param means supreme, big, huge. All right. So Param Brahma is a big Brahma and we are also Brahman. Okay. But the supreme living being, the supreme personality of Godhead is the supreme Brahman. Okay. So Parang Dhamma means he has a supreme abode. Dhamma means place. You know, Kurukshetra Dham. You know, you go to this, no, they call Tirupati Dham, you know, Kailash Dham. So Dham means what? Is a place. Dhamma is a place. Or so is Param Dhamma means is a supreme rest above everything. That means you got a place which is supreme, superior than any of these places here. Pavitram. Pavitram means what? Pavitram. In Tamil also we use Pavitram. Pavitram means pure. Right? And is untainted by material contamination. So now we understand. So Pavitram means pure, which is called as untainted with material contamination. So now I just like to take a 6 second off just to discuss on this matter. Like sometimes we all are asking how to become a pure devotee of the Lord. So what is that pure devotee means? Please underline this statement. If you have a space, if you have a notebook with you, when we start this Bhagavad Gita, kindly keep a notebook with you because this is certain things are very important and worth noting down. All right. So now, untainted by material that means pure means untainted by material contamination. Similarly, if you want to become a pure devotee, that means you are a devotee who are not tainted by material contamination. That means you no longer have this kind of things like lust, greed, anger, envy, and all these kind of things is untainted. That when you don't have all that, we are totally pure. And that's when the person becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. So we should understand this. All right. So Purusham. Purusham means what? Another thing is Purusham. Purusham means the supreme enjoyer. Okay. Supreme enjoyer. That's why even we call our husband as Purushan. Okay. Purushan da. So Purushan means enjoyer. All right. But nowadays in Kali Yuga, we don't have that pleasure anymore. Okay. Purusham. Okay. Means the supreme enjoyer. Sasvatam means eternal. Divyam, transcendental. Adi Devam, the original personality of Godhead. That means he's among the devas, he's the supreme deva. Ajam, unborn. Vibhum, greatest. Okay. Now, one may think that because Krishna was a friend of Arjuna, Arjuna was telling him in this way of flattery. Because Arjuna and Krishna are friends. So sometimes, we have a best friend who do a great favor for us. We used to say, நீ தெய்வம்டா நீ கடவுள் மாதிரி வந்து காப்பாத்திட்ட. I'm so happy to have you as my friend. You are my God. You saved me. Who will do that? So it's flattering. So now people may think, hey, this is simply because Arjuna and Krishna are the friends. So Arjuna is simply flattering. But Arjuna, just to drive out this kind of doubt from the minds of the reader of Bhagavad Gita, so just to get this thought, that means he just want to prove that it's not flattering, to remove this kind of doubt from Bhagavad Gita, substantiates these praises in the next verse, which says Krishna is accepted as Supreme Person Godhead not only by himself, but by the authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasadeva. Right? So we understand. So just to get rid of the doubt, this is not flattering. I am saying what even the great authorities have said also, that Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa. Okay. These are the great personalities who distribute the Vedic knowledge as it is accepted by all acharyas. Therefore, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts whatever he says to be completely perfect. Sarvam etat rtang manye. I accept everything you say to be true. Arjuna also say that personality of Lord is very difficult to be understood. Can we understand? And he cannot be known even by the great demigods. Okay, like the great demigods also cannot know him. This means the Lord cannot be even known by personality even greater than human being. Right? So we understand that we cannot even, that means there's a great personality that greater than human being also cannot understand, like Devas. So how can a human being understand Lord Sri Krishna without becoming his devotee? Does it make sense? Yes or not? It makes sense, right? So how you can become, how to understand him without even becoming a devotee? Now, therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in the spirit of devotion, right? The spirit. I'm telling you, this Bhagavad Gita is actually very unique. I don't know how many times I've read Bhagavad Gita, but every time when I read, I'm inspired with something new. What they call new message. I was thinking, I have read this paragraph before. Hey, how come I didn't notice this? Because the Bhagavad Gita will reveal itself to you according to your maturity. How much your maturity you're coming. You know, sometimes when you are going to primary school, your father might be giving you 20 cents or 30 cents. Nowadays, it's not no more 20, 30 cents. I think it's 1 ringgit. I used to give 2 ringgit to my children, right? And I give them, and once they come back from school, I ask how much balance. I'll take the money away from them because they are not yet matured to handle money. Okay, because they are still children. But as they grow up, I will inherit my entire business and entire money to them because I know they are already matured to take up. Right? Similarly, Bhagavad Gita has to be taken up in the spirit of devotion. Right? The spirit of devotion. So how much your devotion increases, that is much Krishna will reveal to you. That's why Bhagavad Gita is also a book of mystery. You know, sometimes I used to tell, just distribute Bhagavad Gita. I came out with this plan called RDC formula. Read Bhagavad Gita, distribute Bhagavad Gita, and chant Hare Krishna. That's it. You'll be perfect. But they say, but some people don't want it. It's okay. Just put a Bhagavad Gita in their house. Because Bhagavad Gita is none other than Krishna himself. All auspiciousness will come into that house. When all auspiciousness come into that house, what will happen? Eventually, all inauspicious start to leave. You know, when the light is start, the darkness dissipate. Right? When the light is there, the darkness disappear. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita is such a unique book. It will do its miracle. First, it start to remove all that unwanted things like ghosts, hobgoblin, or whatever it is. Remove them first. Then after that, it start to be. Then lot of auspiciousness will come into the house. When someone simply out of wonder, hey, what is that book? When they take the book and start to open up, that's it. Boom, kaboom. He will surrender to Krishna. That is something is the amazing thing about Bhagavad Gita. So I used to say Bhagavad Gita is like a time bomb. Install the bomb in everybody's house. You know, you won't know. Or one person take out the Gita and they open up, kaboom. All that false identification, everything will disappear and he will surrender to Krishna. So we should have that devotion. We should not read Bhagavad Gita just like another book. All right, just like another novel or another readable thing. It has to be read, understood in the spirit of devotion. All right. Even you don't have a devotion, it has to be read out of inquisitiveness, but with full respect. Okay. One should not think that is equal to Krishna. That's very important. One should not think that is equal to Krishna. Nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a great personality. He should not think that way. Sometimes we understand that says that I am the minute drop from the ocean. Okay. Therefore, I am also Satchidananda Vigraha, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. I have all the qualities of Krishna with me, but I have it in a minute level. Remember that we have studied in Bhakti Aloka, the 64 qualities. 64 qualities, Krishna has it in full. 60 qualities, the expansion of Krishna like Narasingha, the Ramachandra, they have it in full. Right? And the same 60 quality, 55 qualities, the Devas have it in full. The Devas, like Lord Shiva, Brahma, they have it. And human being, we also have 50 qualities, but in minute level. All right, we don't have that complete, even the 50 qualities, we don't have. That's the distinction between us and Deva. All right. Say like we all are sitting and studying in a same school, same classroom. One person will become an A-star student. Some person will become a mediocre student. All right. But they are in a same level. They are sitting in a same level studying, same classroom, learning. We are learning from the same kind of teacher. But some person will become A-star, some person will become mediocre. Right? So similarly, the Devas and human beings are almost on the same level. But they are superior because they have the 50 qualities in full, in higher level than human being. Therefore, we are still called a mediocre living entity. Right? So when this thing happens, some bogus gurus, bogus cheaters like Sai Baba and all these people start to claim themselves as God. They say, I am God. So they misinterpret the Vedas, they misinterpret the Bhagavad Gita. Because when we go to chapter 2, chapter 1, we will understand. Chapter 1, chapter 2, you will understand that. Right? So we will misinterpret, thinking that I am God, you are God, even the pig is God, even the dog is God. But the thing is, once I was in this one movement, they call Sandosham. What is that group name? They used to see each other say Sandosham. Self-Awareness Center, SAC. Yes, Self-Awareness Center, yes. So during that time, I was there. I was around 19 that time. So I was so curious, and somehow or other, my mother forced me to into that because she was working hard for me to take me out from Hare Krishna. They thought that I became Hare Krishna devotee as though I've converted to other religion. Okay. Of course, now she have accepted Krishna and now she's even initiated. Right. So during the early days, I was having a tough time. So they put me there. So when they put me there, then I was telling everything is God. And they sing this song, Parave Kandan Vimanam Padaitan, Ida Kanda, Ida Padachan, Ida Kanda, Ida Padachan, and Yenata Kandan, Irevena, Madata Padachan, Manidan Mari Vitan, Madatil Vilindu Vitan, all these kind of nonsense songs, right? So, then what happened? So he was talking, he said everything's God. Then I asked a question because, of course, I was reading Prabhupada's book. The question I asked, if you are a God, but why you're so unfortunate? That means why? I don't know. Because he said, you are God also, but you don't realize it. That's their term. I am God, you are God. But I have realized it and you have not realized it. Then I asked him a question, but if you are a God, but why you look like this? You got a very big belly, He walk singing like a crab because he's having a very bad knee pain, right? And he's a quite elderly person. I think he should be with, at that time, I think he should be around 60s, 60, 65. I say, if you are God, why you're so unfortunate? Why you're so sickly? You can go on talking, but why you need to drink water? Why? They say, no, all that they couldn't answer, Then I say, then another question I asked, so if everything is dog, how about dog? Dog also God. How about cow? Also God. How about goat? Also goat. Also God. Then I say, but why do you eat mutton? You slaughter that goat and eat the flesh. What kind of God are you talking about? And you know what happened? They chased me out. Before I confuse everyone, they chased me out. So these are the misconceptions that we should be really careful. We should not associate with these kind of people at any cost. And we have studied that in detail in Bhaktiya Loka. Bhakti Vinod Thakur keeps saying, even this is a big warning in Nectar of Instruction by Rupa Goswami. He also have said it. So all the great acharyas also have said it. Do not associate with Mayavadis. All right. But what happened? And also to the non-devotees, because they have this kind of misconception. So then when they start to think, first they think that I'm equal to God. Secondly, they think Krishna is just an ordinary person, a playboy. There's another type of people they used to talk that. He's another ordinary person. And some say, no, he's a great poet. He's very intelligent. He's a great poet. So we should not think Krishna in that way. So it's a warning. So this is a statement of warning that Prabhupada is giving. Lord Sri Krishna is what? Is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So according to the statement of Bhagavad Gita or the statement of Arjuna, the person who trying to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should at least theoretically accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in other words, if we want to learn Gita, if we want to accept, this thing, at least do it theoretically. At least theoretically accept, yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right? And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. All right? What is the submissive? Okay, like sometimes I know everything. There's another group of people. I know everything. I know Bhagavad Gita. So when the person says, I know something, example, when you want to acquire knowledge, sometimes when you go to learn Kung Fu, the Sifu asks, what do you know this? Okay, you go back. All right? Like even like playing Mridanga, I have learned a lot of bad habits of playing Mridanga. So when I want to learn, when I showed the person how I hit, he said, no, that's it. You can never learn Mridanga because you have learned too many bad habits of playing Mridanga. So like this. So that means, but when we approach, we have to go in a submissive mood. I don't know anything. All right. So sometimes when you see the book, okay, when you want to read a book, I know everything. When you read, you will never understand. So don't make a conclusion and read. Read, then come to the conclusion. That is intelligent. All right. So when you want to do that, do it in a submissive spirit. At least accept Krishna. At least this book says, well, this is okay, fair enough. Once upon a time, I wanted to learn Bible. I want to know what is in Bible is all about. And you know what I did? That time I was in Singapore. I went to that Anglican church just to study Bible. And they said, after 1-2 weeks, they said, oh, brother, you can accept Jesus as your Lord. I said, okay, I accept it. Yes, fair enough, because I want to learn. That eventually they baptized me and made me a Christian. I'm a baptized Christian. And my initiated name as a Christian is Samuel Joseph. So like that. So that's how I studied the Bible. Okay. Then when you study the Bible, you also should not do comparison study. You just study the book, come to the conclusion. Then after I came to the conclusion, I took few verses from there and brought them back to Hare Krishna. And again, they chased me out from the church. All right. So that's the thing. Submissive spirit. Only in the submissive you can understand Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Because it is a great mystery. Prabhupada says it's a great mystery. Actually, when you all start to read Bhagavad Gita, you will realize that it's a very mysterious book. Sometimes when you're so sad, when you don't know what to do, you just say, oh, my dear Krishna, please tell me. I'm so confused. Just you open one book and looks like, wow, look at this, the verse. It come up to verse 15.19. Yo mam eva asammudo janati purushottamam sa sarvapit bhajati mang sarva bhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He is therefore engaged himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. You see, when I'm talking to you, I just randomly opened this verse pop up. Krishna speaks to you. And in this Bhagavad Gita is what? Arjuna is asking question. Arjuna is asking question on our behalf. Because we do not know what is the right question to ask. All right. Okay, shall we just do a small game? Is it okay? Can everyone participate? Can or not? Also quiet. Shall I just proceed?
Can Prabhu, what's the game?
Right. But I want everybody participate, not thumbs up. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, Kesavan put a thumbs up. All right, now it's like this. Now Gandhi Mataji, Vivan, Kesavan, and Rajina Mataji. I want to ask you a question. If Krishna appears in front of you, all right? If Krishna appears in front of you, what will you do? Gandhi Mataji.
Actually, I'll be very tongue-tied. I wouldn't know what to ask.
You don't know what to ask.
Yeah.
That's the first thing, you don't know what to ask. Number two, if you are given a boon to ask, what will you ask?
For for a very peaceful world.
Okay, you ask for a peaceful world. Okay, someone sending a message. So before I call them, they start to send message. Vivan, just bring out me from this mess. Okay, Vivan will ask, okay, that's a wish that you have. Now, what will you ask Vivan? If you have a question, what will you ask? How about you, Kesavan? What will you ask? Take me back home, Prabhu. Okay, Rajina Mataji. I think Vivan and Kesavan will be typing. Rajina Mataji, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here, Prabhu.
What will you ask when Krishna appears in front of you?
Prabhu, if I means I will ask that I always remember Krishna and have bhakti, Prabhu, because the bhakti is so difficult to get.
No problem. So you ask for a bhakti. And secondly, if you have a wish, what will you wish?
That I'm always mentally alert.
Mentally
And
alert.
I don't lose my mental faculty.
Mentally alert lah. Okay. So Vivan and Kesavan, are you going to reply this? Still typing or what?
Arishna, Prabhu. What question I will ask or what, Prabhu? The wishes.
Hey, when Krishna appears in front of you, you can ask a question, you can ask a wish. So now you said your wish is to take me out from this mess. Yes or not?
Okay.
So what is your question? Do you have any questions to ask Krishna?
I would definitely ask how will be the spiritual realm and how will be the material realm.
Okay, right. Okay, good. Second is Kesavan type. I will ask Krishna to give me mercy, strength to survive in this material world as long as I'm here. Then take me back home. All right. See, if you really look at it, when Krishna appears in front of us, when we ask, we don't know what to ask. All right, because we have limited intelligence. As we are progressing in Kali Yuga, we have limited intelligence. We don't know what to ask. We don't know what is a good question to ask. Right? Because we have imperfect senses. Okay, and we are still materially conditioned. We don't know what to ask. So in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking a question what a person is supposed to ask. In other words, Arjuna is asking a question on our behalf. Do you understand? Do you got it? Like taking me out from the mess, take me back home, Prabhu. So what is that? It is just like that, you know? Or want to have a world peace, peaceful world. It doesn't happen. You all understand what I'm saying? What happened now? All suddenly become very quiet. Thumbs up if you understand. Rajina Mataji, Gandhi Mataji. Okay, someone understood. Okay.
Yes, now we understand.
So
Yes,
we don't. Yeah. So Arjuna is actually asking question on our behalf. All right. So that is the thing. So that means this is a book of great mystery because we don't know what question to ask and this thing, and it's very mysterious book. When you start to read Bhagavad Gita, my dear Prabhus and mothers, let me tell you one thing. Please underline the statement or write it somewhere. Oh, there's no statement here. You write it somewhere. Krishna will speak to you authentically. You know? So, when you read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speak to you. How? As a Chaitya Guru in your heart. He will speak to you. You say Krishna is far, far away. Some say Krishna is very near. Yes, he's in my heart. But don't know how to establish a communication with Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is the answer. Bhagavad Gita will speak to you. You just look at it just like a mere book, but actually Krishna will speak to you. All right? You will experience that. And that's when you can go into great ecstasy. All right? Just what is Bhagavad Gita? What is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from nations of materials existence. What is nations means? Nations means ignorance. Nations means ignorance. So it's to deliver mankind from the ignorance of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways. Do you all agree? Every man is in difficulty in so many ways. A person who have no money is in difficulty. The person have all the money in the world also in difficulty. So as Arjuna was in difficulty of having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra, he was in difficulty because he had to fight the battle. So therefore, what Arjuna did, he surrendered to Sri Krishna. And consequently, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us in full of anxiety because of this material existence. Tell me a person who are not in anxiety. You know, everyone is in anxiety. Huh? The rat is in anxiety because anytime a eagle or a snake or whoever can capture it. The snake is in anxiety because anytime anybody can kill it, or even the eagle can catch it. The eagle is in anxiety. He can be shot down by the hunter. The hunter in anxiety because he need to shoot the eagle or shoot whatever flying animal or whatever, or go for a hunting so that he can feed the family. The wife is in anxiety. Don't know whether the husband going to come back with some food. The children will be in anxiety. Will the mother cook? Will it be tasty or not? Like that, everyone, the chain reaction, when you really look at it, everyone is under anxiety. No one is free from anxiety. Okay? Because the anxiety happens because of this material existence. How we can understand that? Example, say you are all staying in Malaysia. Somewhere or other you all are staying around. Okay? Say like for instance, Gandhi Mataji, she's in KL. She's in KL. In Nishalam. She want to come to Ipoh to visit me. Okay, Mataji? Are you following me? You are coming to Ipoh to visit me. All right? So what happened? You don't want to drive. You take a train. You take a train, you come to Ipoh. Once you arrive in Ipoh, what happened? You're supposed to call me, but end up your phone battery ran off. Imagine the anxiety. Oh my God, my phone battery is there, date, and I don't know how to call him. Say that you arrive in Ipoh, say at 10 o'clock at night. Your anxiety level has increased. You try to call, you can't call a Grab. You can't call anyone. And at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, there's nobody in the station. Say you are alone. There's no car on the road. And you don't know where do I stay. And you don't know how to contact me. And you forget to bring your charger. You know, all these kinds of, you're in great anxiety. Okay. So like that, let me see, in other words, you have lost in wilderness. Similarly, every one of us have lost in wilderness. And what wilderness? We are stuck in this material condition of life. This material condition of life, it is not true. It's illusion. The wife, family, children, relationship, everything is illusion. Because everybody is individual soul, some or other is group upon as a group, then eventually they separate. It's just like a bus ride. You know, you're taking a bus, taking a plane, taking a train. In that place, you will have people are staying. I mean, there'll be someone sitting beside you in front and back, right? Once the bus arrives, everybody go in their separate way. Similarly, all this will happen. All our relationship, this is what will happen. You know, so now we think that this is my house, my wife, this is my children, this is my. Eventually, everything will go their own way. Like the children, they say, fly off the nest. You know, I know a guy. After retirement, he took all his EPF money and renovated his house like a palace. He used up all his money, thinking that the children will stay with him. But at the same time, he said, now thinking that the children will come and visit him. They'll come with their children, for the grandchildren, everything. He created a very comfortable situation. But the children has flown the nest. Where what happened? They all went overseas. And this old couple are in great anxiety. Huge house, only these two elderly couple are staying. When I went for Sankirtan, I met them. And that man is so much in pain. He said, what is the point I took all my lifelong saving and built a house, and now no one is with me. He's in great anxiety. You know, the children doesn't want to come back. They say there's no hope in Malaysia. So like that, every one of us are in anxiety because we are stuck in a wrong place. Remember that we are stuck in a wrong place. So that's why it says because of material existence. Our very existence in this atmosphere of non-existence. So we are existing in a place where actually it doesn't exist. We are exist in a place where everything is illusion. The love is illusion. The friendship is illusion. You know, so our very existence in the atmosphere of non-existence. Because you know why? Because this atmosphere is a shadow of the spiritual world. Krishna's shadow is also perfect. That shadow, we have all these kind of things so beautifully created for us. But this shadow, it is only a shadow. Right? Say like, for instance, now the sun is rising there and the thing is hitting. Now I can see a shadow on my left. But how long the shadow will last? As long as the sun comes in this way. But once the sun goes up to that way, the shadow disappears. So that means we are existing in a place where there is non-existent. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non-existent. If you really think about it, we are not supposed to be threatened by non-existent. Our existence is actually eternal, right? Like Gandhi Mataji is stuck in Ipoh, but she should not be threatened by that because she still have a house. She still have a family. That means we are this thing. So that means our existence, that's an analogy I'm giving. So our existence is eternal. We are eternally existing. But somehow, so our asat means what? Non-existent. Asat refers to that which that does not exist. Okay, any questions so far? All right. So in this introduction, we're going to study about all the summary of all the chapters, all right? Okay. Out of so many beings who are suffering, Manushyanam Sahasresu, there are a few who are actually inquiring about the position. Because so many people are so engrossed in their suffering, and until the suffering becomes their second nature, and they somehow or other adapt to it. All right. Example. Okay, let me quote again Gandhi Mataji. So Gandhi Mataji, you are in Malaysia. All right. So now, say you go to London, you migrate to London. All right. The London is a very unpredictable environment. And suddenly, when the cold season comes, it's very cold. Or you go to Ireland, it's always cold. It's always gloomy. Initially, when you go in, you'll feel very uncomfortable. You can't tolerate the cold. But eventually, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, somehow or other, you'll adapt to that environment. Then after that, the environment, even though it's suffering, it's a normal situation for you. Okay, like that. So many people in this material world, they have adapted to their suffering, and they accepted, and they are living through the suffering, thinking that actually it's not suffering at all. All right, but there are some intelligent people who are actually inquiring about their position. Okay, what is their inquiry as what they are? That means, who am I actually? Why am I put into this awkward position? And so on. Why am I put into this kind of position? I have seen my grandfather died. I've seen my father died. Sooner or later will be me. And sooner or later in the future will be my son. Maybe another 100, this thing, it will be my grandson. Why am I in an awkward position? Today is 2025. It is guaranteed in 2125, that is 100 years down the road, none of us will going to exist. Each and every one of us will not exist. We will not see 2125. The year 2125, we are not going to see it. Even our children also may not going to see it. Maybe our grandchildren or great-grandchildren is the one that's going to pass through that era. Our parents are not going to see it. All our loved ones are not going to see it. It is guaranteed. So it's a very awkward position. The question is why? Why like that? Why am I in awkward position? So that's a question that certain people ask. But now Prabhupada is explaining, unless one is awakened to this position of questioning is suffering, unless he is realized that he doesn't want suffering, but rather wants to make a solution to that all suffering, all right, then one is not considered to be a perfect human being. What does that mean? Right? This looks so distinct, right? So what does this statement mean? Unless one is awakened to his position of questioning his suffering, then one is awakened to the position of suffering, but he do not realize, but unless he realizes that he doesn't want suffering, okay, he realizes I don't want suffering, okay, all of us don't want suffering, but what I'm planning, okay, in order to get rid of the suffering, I start to bring in solution to all suffering by creating some new drugs, cure for cancer, all right? Or I'm staying in a house where it's a hot season started, no, Vaigasi, hot season, okay, it's very hot. So I know I don't want that suffering. So what I do, I'll start to install aircon in my house to get rid of the suffering. So when we want to get rid of the suffering through our this thing, this is not considered a perfect human being, not to be considered. All right. So now, then how? But the humanity only begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. Inquiry, not to bring solution. Inquiry, what is happening? Find out, where did you go wrong? Not to alter, not to adjust, to that you can reduce your suffering. I'm heating, I cannot tahan, so I put one aircon. You know, I am this, so I this thing. So I don't adjust, I inquire, find out what is the core reason. That is intelligent. So in Brahma Sutra, its inquiry is called Brahma Jignasa. All right, Brahma Sutra is called this kind of inquiry. It's called Brahma Jignasa. That means Atato Brahma Jignasa. Atato, who am I? Atato Brahma Jignasa. So Atato means that is me. Brahma, I am the soul. Jignasa, so I am the spirit soul. That means what? I am not this body. I am not this body, but I am a spirit soul. Now the question is, how is that? Find out. That is intelligent. So every activity of human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the absolute. Right? Unless one inquires about his nature of the absolute, all that activity of a human life is failure. You can be the most successful person on earth. You could be the most successful parent or couple or sibling, whatever. But it is all considered a total waste of time. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering, then and after that, why they are suffering and where they came from and where they shall go after that, are proper student to understand Bhagavad Gita. So that was the question I had before when I first started. You know, I was questioning. When grand uncle passed away, I was shocked. I was thinking, why did he die? Then they want to bathe him. They want to bathe him, right? This is, I'm talking about 93, early 93, all right? So he passed away, and that time they want to bathe him. And I had this phobia, dead body. I cannot go near dead body. I feel like one kind. But that time, they were bathing the body. You know, those days they bathe the body in the house, not like nowadays, you know, they bathe in the mortuary and bring back home. So when they were bathing the body, and one uncle told me to hold the head. I said, cannot. He said, no, just hold the head. We are like pouring the water, you just hold the head up. When I hope, internet is not stable, man. Did I break? Am I breaking? Am I breaking?
Here and there, Prabhu. Not so bad, but still okay.
All right. Now I turn to 5G. Okay. Now, so now what they call so when I was holding the head, they told me to hold the head. I was somewhat reluctant. Now it's just from 3, you know, just holding the head like this. Hold the head. When I hold the head, I got a shock because the head was so cold, and it's not a grand uncle that I know. It is like a heart, like a stone. It's like a wood log, you know. And I don't know whether it was my trauma or what, I feel like kind of sliminess or something like that. Then after that, they bathe the body and everything. After wash, I smell my hand. That's the same smell I smell when I eat chicken, when I eat mutton. The chicken and mutton, the smell is exactly the smell of the dead body of my grand uncle. I couldn't, and that's then I decided I'm not going to touch this non-vegetarian rest of my life. In 93. And after that, I start to ask question, what happened to him? Why has he turned into a log? He's such a favorite person. Why they need to throw him into the fire, burning to ash? Next day, when we went and collect the ash, because since he doesn't have a son, they told me, since I'm very dear to him, I'm the one who do the ritual, the puli powder, you know. Puli powder. They say, Punidan, I mean, my real name is Punidan. Punidan, you do the puli, right? Then I was carrying that, what they call the pot of fire, and we were walking, marching towards the grave, to the crematorium. While I was taking, I was just thinking, what happened? Such a nice uncle, why can't we keep him back? What actually has gone wrong? Then after I went there, burn. Next day, collect the ash, I got a shock. Where's my uncle, granddad gone, grand uncle gone? Why he has turned into ash? And that's when I start to see all the bones and everything. So that's when the queries start to come up. I start to ask a lot of questions. When I go and ask this question to my grandfather, my father, my mother, and all these people, they say, keep quiet, don't ask all these questions. Just follow. So that's when I went further and I ended up in Hare Krishna. In 93, November, I joined, October, November, I joined this movement. At the age of 15, they thought that people have brainwashed me. So like that. So this is the questioning that we should have. Okay, I'm just giving my example because you're all talking to me, relating to me. But when I start to realize all the devotees, like yesterday I was talking to Vivan, the reason that he came to Hare Krishna, also inquiry. All right, I'm not sure about Kesavan, I've not spoken to him about this. Then talking about, I think most of it, I think Rajina Mataji, Gandhi Mataji, all you should have that kind of inquiry in your heart. Why? The question is big W-H-Y, capital W-H-Y, and a question mark. Why? And no one could give that answer. So that's the thing. So when we begin to question, so in life, we have to question things. We should not take things whimsically or blindly. That's why Hare Krishna movement is a scientific movement. Here, we go out and meet people. And what they will do, they will ask questions. Questioning is a nature of a human being. First thing we wake up, how are you? Have you eaten? Right? Are you, no, then after that, okay, guys, no, you go for a meeting and they say, how are you? Good morning. How are you doing today? Hey, you look sad. Why? Is it all okay with you? We are questioning. When the children come back, how's your school? What did you study? Did you understand the subject? Did you do this? Did you do that? We are just questioning. So that is our natural thing. But we forget to ask the real question. We forget to ask the correct question. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking question for us. So now you only have to trigger this basic question before you go to the ultimate questions. The basic question to go for self-awareness, self-realization is why we are suffering. First question, we are not trying to be negative. That's a fact. Second, where did I come from? Now my grand uncle passed away. Where has he gone? Where will I go after I die? So when we have this kind of question, we are the proper student to understand Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, the sincere students should also have a firm respect to the Supreme Person of Godhead, and that was a student called Arjuna. Lord Krishna descends specifically. Descend means what? He came down. Specifically for what? To re-establish the real purpose of life. To re-establish the real purpose of life. Our purpose of life, not simply work, go 8 o'clock in the morning, work, come back, punch in, punch out, you come back home, have a cup of coffee, tea, this thing, talk to your wife, talk to your children, watch one drama, watch one movie and go to bed. All right. That's the same thing even animal also doing. All right. We eat, we sleep, we mate. We mate means we produce children. We do mating. We eat, we sleep, we mate, and we protect. We protect the house. We put CCTV camera. We put a nice conducive place. We put a big padlock because we want to protect the family. The same thing even dog is doing. Even all the animals are doing the same thing. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Even the animal also do the same thing. And we also do the same thing. So where is that difference between a human being and our animals? So we are called as advanced animal. We become the advanced animal when we forget our real purpose of life. The animal, the dog sleeps on the street, but we are sleeping nicely on a very nice mattress. Okay, animal eats whatever get on the street, but we are bringing home and cooking and eating nicely. All right. Animal defending their puppies, their kittens and all these things. We are defending our children, our family by big padlock, big gates and CCTV camera. All right. Animal make love on the road to produce puppies and kittens, but we make love on the bait, on a this thing. So what is the difference? There's no difference. So we are actually animals. So we are animal until you find your purpose in life. So Lord Krishna descends specifically for that purpose, to re-establish. That means what? Re-establish means what? It was formerly established, but now it was demolished. He came to re-establish the purpose, the real purpose of life, when man forgets that purpose. Even then, out of many, many human beings who awaken, Krishna says, there may be one who actually enters into the spirit of understanding his position. All right. So the verse is Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Anybody can refer the thing from the Gita? I hope you all having a Gita with you. Huh? Please have a Gita when we study this Bhagavad Gita. What is the verse? Manushyanam Sahasreshu 7.3. All right. If you have a Bhagavad Gita, please open 7.3. 7.3. In 7.3, what Krishna says? Manushyanam Sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam appi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvataha. What he says? Out of thousands of among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly knows me in truth. They hardly knows me in truth. Krishna declared that in Bhagavad Gita. There's so many people, out of so many human beings awakened. Like there's a lot of spiritualists. Even if you look at Islam, Christian, Judaism, there are pure devotees there. They are awakened. But they will not understand Krishna. Okay, so that's the thing that Prabhupada is quoting here. Out of many, many human beings, Manushyana, Manusya means Manusya, human. Sahasra, Sahasra means thousands. Manushyanam Sahasresu. So there out of many, many human beings who awaken, there may be one who actually enters the spirit of understanding his position. And for him, Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Actually, we are all swallowed by the tigress of nations. Right? What does that mean? We are all swallowed by tigress. Tigress means it's a female tiger. Nations means ignorance. So that means we are all swallowed. Swallowed means throttelan, mulingiyachi. What does that mean, swallowed by the tigress of nations? What does that mean? That means we are all swallowed by Maya Devi, the tigress, the female tiger. So Maya is a female form, right? She's a Durga. So we are all swallowed by the tigress of nations. We are all in ignorance. But the Lord is very merciful upon living entities, especially human beings. To this end, he spoke Bhagavad Gita, making his friend Arjuna his student. Being an associate of Lord Krishna, Arjuna was above all ignorance. So that means initially being associate, being close to Krishna, actually Arjuna is not in ignorance. He knows. All right. Just imagine when you one look at how Dhruva Maharaj saw Krishna, one look, all his ignorance disappeared. He doesn't want anything. So that means when Arjuna with Krishna, how can it be in ignorance? But Arjuna was put into ignorance on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay, he simply was purposefully Krishna tricked and put him in ignorance. So just to question Lord Krishna about the problems of life. Because of what? To question Lord Krishna. Just to question Lord Krishna. About what? About the problem of life. About the problem of life. So that the Lord could explain, them for the benefit of future generation. For the benefit of future generation of human beings. Then what? To chalk out. What is chalk out means? That means you go to the blackboard and try to take a chalk and write. You know the chalk? You chalk out means you put a new plan. You make a new plan of life. So that means to chalk out the plan of life. Now you're going to rewrite your life. All the while you are lived as a random person. Pattoda padunonna, random. But now you're going to make a new purpose of life. Therefore, I again humbly request everyone, you must have a journal. You must have a book, journal. Write down how was your day. Then, based on learning of Bhagavad Gita, try to verify it. Are you doing the right thing or not? All right, that journal is not your diary. You're not going to write your life, what happened. You are trying to manage. You are check and balance. You are checking and balancing your life. So now I became angry. Why? I didn't chant my rounds. Why? Because I got pissed off. Why you got pissed off? Because somebody early in the morning called and said something very nasty. Right? So you wrote down. So then you write down that at night before you go to bed, you read that. So today I didn't chant my rounds properly because someone pissed me off and spoiled my day because that person called me early in the morning to say something very nasty. If again in the future the same scenario is going to happen, when the person start to call you early in the morning, you will remember, yes, few days ago, that person called me early in the morning and spoiled my mood. And because I spoiled my mood, I did not chant. I chanted, but I didn't chant attentively. Therefore, now the phone is ringing. I am not going to answer the call. Because happiness is in my choice. And that happiness only comes through the bliss. And where the blissfulness comes by calling upon the name of the Lord. So I rather chant Hare Krishna, I be blissed, and through that bliss, I will feel very happy. And my whole day will be beautiful day. And I have that strength and I have the power to this environment, this condition. I have that power to rectify this thing. Therefore, I'm not going to answer the phone. So what happened? When you do check and balance, you will never make the mistake you have made before. Like that, you start to excel. So like that, again, we have to chalk out the plan of life. Then man could act. Then why? That's when the man could act accordingly and perfect the mission of human life. Okay. All right. So that's the thing. So it's 11:58. We stop here. We continue tomorrow. So do you have any questions? That's why I always say, please ask questions because I love asking questions because when you ask questions, I also learn along with you. The subject of Bhagavad Gita. Take the book and please mark the thing. Okay. The subject of Bhagavad Gita. We're going to start with the subject of Bhagavad Gita. Entails the comprehensive 5 basic truths. Right? Because tomorrow, I don't want to start this now because this has got another very important topic to talk, the 5 basic truths. What is that 5 basic truth? Jiva, Prakriti, Bhagavan, and all these things. It's a very long-winded explanation. So I think we do this tomorrow fresh. Okay. So now we open for question. Is there any questions or any comment or any realization that you'd like to share? Because when you talk, that's when you intensify your understanding.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Again, I really thought asking. As you said, your experience is also the same as mine. I became vegetarian after seeing my mother being cremated, and
Oh,
I saw her ashes, and as you said, all the bones and all that. And I thought to myself, this is last. I'm not going to touch anything anymore. So I gave up all that. uh,
yes, yes.
so like in among friends, they always tell me, a lady is not supposed to go to the crematorium, or why did you go? Now that you see, you have already given up all these things and all that. So they always like see me, they say you have eaten all kinds of things, and why are you now trying to be show off being a vegetarian and all that. So it's always as you said, association with a devotee is different than non-devotee.
Right.
But so you can't escape from all that things. But when I ask them to read or follow Bhagavad Gita classes, they say they got no time, they can't, And again, I feel the same as you said. Bhagavad Gita in any stage of in life, I realize now after the Gita Gyan class, and I also read Bhagavad Gita. Every time I feel down, I just flip a page and I just read whatever comes randomly, and it really helps. I really feel thank you actually for this class. Thank you.
No, thanks to you for coming. Your enthusiasm that makes me to do this class, all of you. Thanks to all of you. Nice realization, Mataji. So we have not even started Bhagavad Gita. We only had introduction itself. We are getting so much of revelation. Imagine once we go into that. My God. Anyone else want to say something? Vivan, you want to say something? Any takeaway? Any realization? I think Vivan is okay. Kesavan? Yes, Vivan. Vivan, yeah. I saw you unmute.
Krishna, we are so gifted, La Prabhu. You are giving class on daily basis and giving us a lot of things that we are unable to go through by reading the Bhagavad Gita by ourselves. So even today, the introduction itself, I am getting a lot of information.
Okay, there's a correction, Vivan. I didn't say
Yes.
anything. I just quoting Prabhupada. We are just reading Prabhupada's booklet.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Didn't say anything. So what is that? Something that you have found?
But the thing is that you, the one, try scrutinizingly giving an example, especially on your how your on every, like, everyone have their own fingerprint. Everyone is individual. You are emphasizing in everyone's individualities.
Yes.
So this one is we are unable to find it in anywhere. In a layman term, we see what is individuality. So when you are saying it out, then only we understand the real meaning of individuality. Everyone is not the same. Even a twin brother maybe looks like twin, but they also different. They
Yeah.
also individual. Yes, bro.
That is
Krishna.
actually mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Vivan.
Oh, okay.
It's mentioned in chapter 2 Bhagavad Gita.
Yes,
That
bro.
everyone of us are individual.
It mentioned, but the understanding of individuality, you are bringing in a very layman term so that we are
Okay. Fine.
so that we can understand very nicely.
Because I always like to make things simplified. Because this is a very complicated study matter, and I just how I want to understand, So I try to I always like to put things because I love to learn things from the nature, environment. So whatever. So from now on, be very observant. When you see something happening, try to quote back. That's how you can be fully Krishna conscious. If you see anything happen, any situation happen, just try to quote back Bhagavad Gita. See, I remember this in Bhagavad Gita. I remember this in Bhakti Loka. I remember this in instruction, letter of instruction, Harinam Chintamani, Like for instance, after reading the Harinam Chintamani, whenever I go to Hari Hari, when I see the word Hari, I still remember Krishna. Oh, Hari. Hari. What does that mean? Rama. So something like that. Nice, nice realization. Kesavan, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, to the class, or I just one thing only, Prabhu. I can start chanting 16 round already. So last time I feel it's impossible. Now slowly I start chanting, and slowly sadhu sangha. I engage more in temple activities. So things are changing, Prabhu. I don't know how to describe. Slowly I'm changing. That's all, Prabhu. Hare
So
Krishna.
the changes means, where it's happening, because you cannot understand. The changes is also mysteriously happening to you because
Yes,
this thing is happening from your subtle body. That means your mind is getting purified, your intelligence is getting purified.
yes.
So when these two things getting purified, the false ego don't understand what is happening. Why suddenly I have to be sober? Why suddenly I have to be like this,
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want to be in this ecstasy, Prabhu. I scared this ecstasy will be disappear from me. So I just want to keep engaged. So that's
Yes.
my intention.
That's the thing. That's why you are asked to chant your Maha Mantra daily basis. If say
Yes.
one day we are not doing this class anymore, we are not having this kind of sadhu sangha, that doesn't mean that you have to be heartbroken, or you have to be like, oh, that means, oh, my bhakti is gone. No, you have to always engage in sadhana bhakti. The basic of
But for
sadhana
sure,
bhakti.
I will be heartbroken, Prabhu, if you're not giving class. I think
Sadhana,
you are 70%. 70%. Yes.
well,
Prabhu.
it's in Krishna's hand. It's nothing is in our hand, So
Yes,
we always try, I've got so many offers also coming in, then I was just like putting it aside, never mind, because I have to commit to the class, because I'm also getting a lot of ecstasy of doing this. Like sometimes they ask, like what Gandhi Mataji, like in your experience, some of my friends, relation ask, you're supposed to be engaged in earning money, earning money, and you should be doing something. Your children are going to the university, I got 4 children, and you look like as though like you are not into that thinking, you have the capability, because I'm also formerly a motivational speaker, forex coach. So you could just market the idea, market the product, you are sacrificing your active morning hours where you can go and do business and make some money, and you're sitting here talking about the Sastra. Of course they say, because a lot of offers are coming, but I just pushing it aside, because this thing gives me so much ecstasy, and Krishna will take care. So fully depend on Krishna. Krishna will take care of it. Okay, Kesavan? So you have to chant daily and just surrender to Krishna using
Yes, Prabhu.
intelligence. Everything should be fine. All right? Don't feel disheartened
Yes,
if anything
Prabhu.
goes wrong. Everything in this material world, everything will go wrong, whether you like it or not. In this material world, everything will go wrong.
Yes,
Relationship can go wrong. Friendship can go wrong. Love can go wrong. Your job can go wrong. Your commitment can go wrong. It will go wrong. The parenting can go wrong. Everything will go wrong, because this is a material condition of life. It will go wrong. All right. But once we have understanding, well, it goes wrong because this is the material nature. It will go wrong. Move on. Just move on. Nothing to sit and lament about. Like sometimes, as a parent, it is not easy to be a parenting, I believe Gandhi Mataji, Rajina Mataji will understand what I'm saying. It is not easy, especially when your children turn teenager. Then after they go to the young adult, when they turn 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, it's a big headache. Then after that, they get married. Then they have their problem. All these things it's not going to be a very comfortable situation, because this world is not a comfortable place at all. Like as though that I am staying beside Inda water, and I'm lamenting why there's a bad smell. I cannot tahan the smell. Inda water, all the shit goes there, all they are processing, so smelly. I cannot lament. I am there, I'm staying there. I have to smell, I have to endure it. Move on with life. So save yourself. Sadhana is very important. Chanting very important. Studying Bhagavad Gita is very important. Everything will go wrong. We can never have perfection in this material world. So as long as we live, we dedicate our life in chanting, praying to Krishna, praying to Prabhupada, that says that things should be go favorable. But of course, as a devotee, if anything goes wrong, Krishna will come and intervene, will make it correct, make it right. After we give up this body, we take another body. That also going to be a very comfortable journey. We born into a family of a devotee and all this. Somewhere or other will be. From now onwards, your journey is comfortable. All right. As a devotee, you're comfortable here. When you give up this body, you go to the next body, you still be comfortable. And the following body also, you'll be comfortable. And eventually you go back home, back to Krishna, you achieve 100% comfort. So there's nothing to be so sad about in life. All right, Kesavan? Nice. My lifelong good health so that we can keep engaged. See, you must remember one thing, Kesavan. As we get older, our body will dwindle. Even how much exercise you do, you know, you can go and carry weight. You can be the big Hulk, you know, or you can go to the, you know, you can go running, you can go swimming, you can do all these things, just name it. You can eat the best food in the world. You can take all the protein and nutrition, just keep yourself healthy. But health will dwindle. What happened to what Arnold Schwarzenegger? Such a healthy, strong man. What happened to him now? Does he look fit? He look all saggy. Finish. Rambo, what is his name? Sylvester Stallone. What happened to him? Things will dwindle. We have to accept the fact. Don't get over paranoid about that. Okay. And this to lifelong to have good health, that's supposed to be the real goal of life, so that we can engage in devotional service. That's a very good thought. But don't pay attention to it. Keep your diet straight, keep your body straight, and just go on with your life. You know, my father was such a healthy man, very healthy. At the age of 65, he won Para Senior Veteran Badminton Champion. He won. He's always a badminton player, very healthy. He goes climb the hills, you know, you run on the hills. You do that. Until he was 60, 65, you were used to have 3 packs, you know, not 6 packs, 3 packs. But eventually he was counted with cancer and he died. So all these things are, you see, the threefold miseries, you know, Adi Davivik, Adi Bautik, and Adi Atmik is guaranteed. We just move on. Because we also learn as a devotee, we don't have past, we don't have present, we don't have future. Yes or not? Because devotional service is eternal. Just go on living life. And as a devotee, life is beautiful. Okay, Kesavan? All right. Now, yes.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
Rajina Mataji, any takeaway, any realization?
No, Prabhu, I want to ask this. Another Prabhu Keswan just now, he said that earlier he find it difficulty to chant 16 round. Now he can do it. So, what was his turning point? Because I'm having the same problem.
Good. Kesavan, answer.
I also don't know, bro. Sometimes things you can't solve using intelligence. So sometimes you don't know what to do. So you just surrender. So that's my turning point, bro. Things you cannot use intelligence to solve problem, bro. You already use my brain to solve problem. I cannot solve. So no other choice unless I surrender. So that's my turning point actually. Hare Krishna.
Very
Okay.
well said.
Yeah.
Rajina Mataji,
Yeah.
are you awakened now? You realize?
Yeah, I try Prabhu. And then I also have the same problem, like when we are chanting, then the phone call will come and all that lah. So then you get diverted, no?
So when you want to chant, put your phone in silent, throw it away at the side.
Okay.
When you go to school, when you teach, you cannot carry your phone with you, right? Or not?
Cannot. Yeah.
What happens if you just carry your phone when you're teaching, suddenly a phone ring, you talk to someone? It is unethical.
Yes.
Chanting is you're having a personal relationship with Srimati Radharani. All right, you're begging Srimati Radharani to accept you into the service of the Lord. If she finds that you're fit, she will take you in and keep her as one of her maid servant. So when you want to make that plea, you have to pay 100% attention to it.
Okay.
That means, say, when you want to go and beg someone for something, okay, like your daughter is some other made it, she's a doctor and her son is a lawyer, then say like, okay, just giving an example, since she has finished it. Say like you are housewife and your husband is not doing well, but your
Okay.
daughter is so intelligent, and she couldn't get a local university. Okay.
Okay.
She tried all A's. Now you are going for a help. You're going to this meeting some politician or under this MIC, MICA loan or whatever it is, you are going and seeking a help. How will you go and talk to them? Just imagine. One side have a very able daughter who was super intelligent, but she was not given that opportunity. As a mother, you want to go all out to fulfill her dreams.
Okay.
Now you're going to them and telling them. They say, no, you are not qualified. No, actually, no need lah. She's so intelligent. Just take lah, whatever cost they give. Will you give up?
No.
Then after that, then what? Okay lah. You cannot give, I go. Will you do that?
No, Prabhu. I will beg.
Beg them. Please, you don't understand my daughter's, how many life my daughter going to save. This is the talent is wasted. You are just like God sent to me. Please, some or other, even you cry. Correct or not?
Yeah.
You cry and beg until the flow feels so sad. They say, okay la, Rajina, just approve it lah. Okay la, it's okay. We have to do like that. We have to cry to Srimati Radharani. Enough, mother. I suffered enough. I've lost my I've lost my identity. And now, after many millennium, I got a chance of achieving the highest success of going to Goloka Vrindavan. I'm not interested in Vaikuntha. I don't want the Swarupa, just like the form of Vishnu or Lakshmi. I don't want anything else. I just want to become your maidservant. Please accept me. Please take me in. That meditation is how you should chant. You have to beg. So at that time, even begging to the officer for a scholarship, for a loan, you don't rings or whatever, you won't even answer the phone. When they are, hello, actually, I'm really, in front of this officer asking for, my daughter very clever, right? You won't do that. And what the officer says, next, what are you doing? So you just throw your phone away, you put it silent mode. You are not a doctor to save life. It's not an emergency. Even if there's emergency, you are not able to go and help. If someone got a heart attack, they call, oh, my father got a heart attack, he's admitted in the hospital, it's an emergency. By you learning that and rushing to the hospital, are you going to go into that cardiology and sit with him and save his life? Are you going to cut him open and repair his heart? You're not, right?
Yeah.
So there's no emergency at all if you really think about it. When someone calls, someone passed away. So you want to rush and go there. What are you going to do? Are you going to revive him back? No. He has passed away. Yes. I finish my rounds. After my begging is over, after I complete, I go. Because the person is dead, he's in the coffin. Or the person is in the hospital, he's in the hospital. So what's the big deal? There's no emergency. There is no emergency at all. So you don't need to carry your phone like a doctor or this thing. No, carry the phone in your hand. And no, just throw it away. Push it aside. Push it aside. Throw it away. Throw it away and just concentrate in your sadhana. It is your authentic relationship with Srimati Radharani. Hare Radha. You are begging Mother Radha, please engage me in the service of all beautiful Krishna. Krishna is all attractive. Hare Rama. I want that attraction. At the same time, I want that mellow, the rasa, the feeling. Because Rama is the reservoir of pleasure. Oh, Mother, you are the one holding the reservoir of pleasure. Kindly open the floodgate. Let that pleasure come upon me. And Radharani will be looking at you. Are you really qualified? Depends. So how much you want it? How badly you want it? Cry to her. Beg her. You even like in Harinam Chintamani, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also suggests, you cover your face and your ears. You cover your eyes, cover your ears, lock yourself in the room and chant your mantra. So I suggest put on your earbud or your this thing, just when you put it here, just try, close your ears and chant Hare Krishna slowly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Do you feel the intensify? Can you feel it?
Can, Prabhu.
Yes. So cover your head, cover this thing. Just think. Okay, if not, just go to one place exclusive and you go and sit and chant. And you know what? You will never chant 16 rounds. Maybe you end up 20, 25 rounds. Even 30, even 50, 60, or 100, 200 rounds. It depends how much desperate are you. How desperate are you? But desperado, if you're showing your desperado, you're showing your desperate to Krishna, that is also very blissful. If you chant your rounds, you feel so blissful. You beg to Krishna, but before Krishna approves your approves your proposal, he gives you pleasure first. Deal. You go and put to the officer. The officer says, well, okay, I'll look into it. Yes, very bright student. Huh? Okay, I'll give it to the upper officer. I'll try to get it done. Don't worry, get it done. Anxiety. We see another girl. Your doctor says, Amma, mommy, you see that girl? Oh, she's our school topper. School topper. She also coming here. Then you go into anxiety. Oh, what happened if that person see the school topper and say, oh, this is okay, this one can stand. You school topper, I give you first. You go into right?
Yeah.
You chant Hare Krishna. Before the thing get approved, you get so much of bliss. Unbelievable happiness. Don't put your conscious thought, as what Kesavan says. I use my intelligence, I cannot solve my problem. He used his problem. He realized he couldn't solve his problem by intelligence. So what he said, surrender. Just give it up. Give up your intelligence. Give up everything. Just surrender. Just chant. You see, it will be simultaneously, spontaneous. If once the spontaneous become a habit, that is called bhava. So you're spontaneous, you reach to the level of bhava. Spontaneously, you start chanting, chant. And when you start to see your tears coming out, you still feel your body trembling. You feel, that's when you are coming into from bhava, you're moving into prema. Maybe you can take this birth, next birth, or following birth, but it's worth it. It's worth the try. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hope you can go on chanting. Kesavan, thank you so much for your realization. I'm happy to hear that realization. Okay, so it's 11:20.
All because of your mercy, Prabhu.
I'm not merciful. All glories. All by Prabhupada. I'm just repeating Prabhupada. I'm not saying anything from me. I just highlight the word we are discussing. That's it. That's why we call deep studies. Even the introduction itself is so pleasurable. I can't wait. I was just thinking, how nice if I can just go on talking the whole day. Limited. Our senses are limited. Our body is limited. The time is limited. You also have your own commitment, right? Anyway, today is Ekadasi day. On this auspicious day, I'm so happy when I went to the hospital to find out, actually, it's not my medical checkup. It is other specimen they want to take. That's it. So done. And I came back and I was just thinking, will people turn up last minute? And of course, 4 of you came. Thank you so much. My heartfelt gratitude to Gandhi Mataji, Vivan Prabhu, Kesavan Prabhu, and Rajina Mataji. Thank you so much. Today is Ekadasi. Utilize the day. Don't think about what to eat, what to cook, and all these. Just simply take fruits and eat. No need to cook. Take the fruit, offer to Krishna, and just eat. And concentrate your life today on Mohini Ekadasi. Let this Mohini Ekadasi become a turning point in your life. Till then, have a beautiful day. Panchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubevacha, Paditanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. We meet again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Hare Krishna. Gauranga.